Mwahaha. 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 Okay, really though, I really need to stop doing that. Hello, everyone. It is I, Dr. Supreme. And today, we are reacting to... Wait, we're not reacting. Doing a response. What am I talking about? We're doing a response, and this is the final part here, to my Hazbon Hotel shit. Now, I know that some people would say, wait, this is outdated. This came out in March of 2019. This was a year ago. And you will be correct. But I don't want to leave my fans in the dark. So, without further ado, let's get started. Oh, and by the way, if MatPat decided to claim this video, then I'm gonna have to make a lawsuit out of this.
Hazbon Hotel is just one heck of a show, right? I mean, in one episode, the one episode in existence, you have a killer premise, unbelievable animation, sharp writing,
Yes.
catchy musical numbers,
good.
and amazing characters to boot. I mean, in just 30 minutes, the pilot alone has more content than whole seasons of other shows.
Okay, listen, first of all, I've watched The Walking Dead from a wild time, and I also watched, Tales from the Borderlands. Well, I technically played Tales of the Borderlands, but that was also a series too. So, this... You're gonna have to, research this, because most shows have gone on for a while, like Family Guy, SpongeBob, South Park, The Simpsons.
But before we get into the meat and potatoes of today's theory, I wanted to start things off with a mini theory. Ready for this? In the show, we're introduced to what is currently my favorite character, Alistair the Radio Demon.
Your favorite character is Alistair, while mine is Chuck. Okay, no.
All-powerful being who, we're told, just appeared in the underworld one day.
Alistair manifested in hell, seemingly overnight.
Look, he said it!
And from there, he just wrecked house, showing power and control in a way that no one ever had. As they describe it in the show,
many have speculated what unimaginable force enabled him to rival our world's most ancient and destructive evils.
Well, friends, my mini theory is that Alistair the Radio Demon gets his powers from none other than Gravity Falls' own Bill Cipher.
Listen, man, listen. You're trying to conquer this immense force, but we all know you're not going to do a Conquer's Bad Fur Day. We know you're not going to do that because you're not a fan of it. And I know he said this isn't true, but I mean, who cares? I mean, if Scout would have saw this, he would have made a reply to it.
Now, let me be perfectly clear on this. I know this isn't true, but the similarities between the two characters are uncanny. I mean, Alistair's microphone is alive. It also has that one-eyed thing going for it, just like everyone's favorite equilateral lad, Bill.
Okay, look, here's the thing. I'm gonna have to skip this part, because he just talks about, the whole shebang of, this... So, I'm just going to skip that part because it's not important. And also, most of this video will not be important as I thought. So, if he's ever going to make a Hell of a Boss one soon, all the episodes are out for Season 1. So, if you're ever going to do that on a private channel, then be my guest. I'm not going to care.
Just a theory. A film theory. And look, the episode hasn't even started yet. Hello, Internet! Welcome to Film Theory, where we'll meet again. Do know where, do know when. It'll be 1 week from today when we have another upload, hence why you should subscribe in the next 5 seconds. By the way, while you're down there crucifying the subscribe button, leave a comment. Are you a Gravity Falls fan?
I guess I'm going to have to talk about this now. Visit Pop has worked on her Alistair when she was a child. She drew Alistair from the beginning. And this was way before Gravity Falls. Now, I don't watch Gravity Falls, but my friend, Otis does. Apparently, no, this is not the same Otis from Billy. This is a different Otis. Otis James Impalaman.
who was your favorite character? Just curious if that whole mini theory
None of them are my favorite character, you
It'd be
idiot!
awesome to see Bill show up
No,
somewhere else one
what
of these
is
days.
wrong
Something
with
tells
you?
me
No,
not
I
a
don't
show
watch
where one of the main
Gravity
characters
Falls!
is named after
Otis
a drug.
does!
Then again,
You
he did show
fucking
up in
idiot!
I believe
No!
an official
Oh, God.
Rick and Morty short, didn't he? So
No, you
stranger
shut
things
the
have
hell up
happened.
about Rick and
Anyway,
Morty.
you know
I
what
love
they say,
that
the devil's
show.
in the details.
That's not the only place he is.
Why are you
Harvey,
putting
get
in
out of this theory. You're
WandaVision?
done.
That
You
makes
are
no
done.
sense!
You've
You
dedicated
can't do
enough
funny
theories to you. Get out of
jokes!
here. Anyway,
What is
today we're
wrong
going to be looking
with
into
you?
a project that a lot of you have been asking me to do for quite some time. Hazbon Hotel. This dark
What
and
is going
very
on?
adult comedy aired its pilot episode on YouTube back in October of 2019, before
Yeah,
eventually
why?
being picked up to become a full-run show in August of 2020. So I was
Well, it didn't happen in 2020, but it's gonna happen this year, so I guess it's just gonna be one of those types of videos. Dumb.
kind of holding off until we heard about a release
Damn it,
date
I
or more
friggin'
news,
censored
but
myself.
sadly, there's been nothing since. Hopefully, we'll find out more soon because there are all kinds of juicy, weird things going on in this world that I want to go theory sicko mode on, but can't because there's only one episode and 2 short web comics. I would have just left it alone, but after Hazbon's sister series, heck of a boss.
You literally just let Maggie swear, and that was a major problem here. The reason why you're doing this is because you saw Five Nights at freaking Freddy's look-alike character, and that reminded you of Five Nights at Freddy's. Visually, we're gonna get a story arc for him in this season. But I don't care. Fizzaroli is a fan favorite to everyone, but I don't care about Fizzaroli. Heck, I watched more Hell of a Boss than ever, and I literally could give off a good explanation on Fizzaroli, but I'm not going to waste my time on
Included
that.
freaky animatronics. I knew it was my time. Creepy animatronics. Not gonna brag, but they're kinda my bat signal. So we'll save the juicy lore mysteries for when there's, you know, a bit more lore in the series to analyze. Instead, what I want to focus on
I'm only
today is the
skipping one
core
time, I'm not
premise
skipping the rest
behind
of
the
this.
show. The main conceit of Hazbon Hotel is that there's limited room in Hades for souls, and the place is
He's not saying the word hell. Okay, look. Hades, the underworld, you know, where Cerberus is guarding, and hell are two completely different things. See, in the underworld, Hades controls that shit. He has Cerberus there, and maybe a little bit of demons, but not mostly. And then you have hell, which is a burning fireplace with red and orange. The underworld, there's maybe a bit of green and blue. So you can't bring in Greek mythology to an animated series. You can't. That pisses me off, man. It still pisses me off. I hate Thor Love and Thunder because they introduced Zeus in the most poorly way possible. Like, why the hell did you bring in Zeus if you have nothing to do? You could have brought Hades. You could have brought King Triton. But no, you brought in Zeus? What the hell is wrong with you, Thor? Are you not worthy enough? Are you not worthy?
purge event they call the Cleanse.
We lost so many souls, and it breaks my heart to see my people being slaughtered every year.
Our protagonist Charlie, Princess of Heck, hopes
You
that as
don't
an
give a
alternative
fuck!
to cleansing each year, she can instead run a hotel that rehabilitates wayward souls so they get sent off to the good place, where obviously they'll meet Ted Danson and eat froyo.
So, I've been thinking, isn't there a more humane way to hinder overpopulation here in Hell? Perhaps we can create an alternative way to change souls through redemption?
And despite the fact that pretty much every character doubts that she can do it, well, gosh darn it, her and her ragtag band are gonna try. And of course, sing plenty of musical numbers along the way. But the question I want to know, what I need to solve as we wait for any news about this series, is what she has to do to make a difference.
Okay, look. I have read, like, you know, demonology before making this video. Okay? I have read a lot of demonology, and guess what? This does not compare to real life. You see, Lucifer doesn't have a daughter. Okay? If you look in, like, the demonology stuff, he actually has a couple of sons, maybe one daughter, but not named Charlie. I mean, could I literally be like this or worse? Like, hell, what about Leviathan? Does he have children? What about, like, Satan? Or Beelzebub? Or Belphegor? Or Asmodeus? I know he's meant to be said Asmodeus, but I like saying Asmodeus better because, you know, Hell of a Boss has Asmodeus, whatever, blah, well, give a fuck. You also have Mammon. Oh, God. Oh, my God.
Like, if
this
her
doesn't
goal
connect
is
to the Bible.
by
How does
rehabilitating
this
enough
connect
souls
to
to
the
clear
Bible?
out room and heck,
It doesn't.
how many souls
It
are we talking
fucking
about
doesn't.
here? How
You're
big
not
does
proving
this
your
hotel
point.
have to be?
This
Just
is not
how
a theory.
outlandish are
This is
Charlie's
not
plans?
a theory.
Long story short, when the population of Hades is bursting, what is it gonna take to reach an equilibrium?
There is no equilibrium. Oh my God.
That's right, theorists. Today we're pulling a
I don't
classic reverse
care
Thanos
what the
by
hell you
balancing the
say,
population,
because
except
I
this
know
time everyone's already
that
dead.
this
So
does not
let's start by
open my
outlining
eyes
this
to me.
crazy universe.
You don't want to see
Between
my
the two
eyeball,
shows
guys.
helmed by
This
creator
really is
Gibsy Pop,
scarred
we've
for
been
life.
told a lot about the machinations of this underworld. We learned from the opening song of Hell of a Boss
Oh, hell
episode
no, I
2
gotta
that
mute
there
that.
are 7
I'm gonna have to mute that song. Okay, he's explaining. Okay, here's the thing. There it is. Right there. All the freaking hell things. I'm gonna have to mute that voice because the next time we hear the other. Yeah, you already know. I will not mute this part.
been 9 at one point, as the 9 circles are referenced in the pilot episode
9
Hazbon.
circles, 8
What
circles.
in the 9 circles makes you think a single denizen of hell would give two about becoming a better person?
But since then, apparently,
I did
it's
not
collapsed back down
censor
to
that.
7, with each being named
I
after one
swear
of the
to
7
God,
deadly
not-
sins.
my
However,
phone
despite
went
there
off.
being a bunch of
My
ringed
phone
layers
went
Attack on
fucking
Titan
off.
style, only the top ring, the
It
pride
censored
ring, matters for our
itself.
calculations today. You see, according to this official post on Twitter, quote, dead sinners can only exist on the top ring.
the blood,
The rings
the
house native-born
pain,
demons,
my
and human
veins.
souls aren't allowed to travel
Oh,
between the rings.
Inspector
Oh,
Gadget,
and
I'm
Canadians
about
are
to
kept
take
elsewhere
you on
because of reasons.
myself.
There's a town.
Oh,
Oh, Canada.
and I'm talking about Matthew Project, Inspector Gadget. You can't face on me. I got
To love it
everything
when
I
lore is
need.
made up on the fly during
I-
the live stream.
no,
Now,
not
as
gonna
I
play
mentioned
theme song,
earlier, because space and
definitely
heck
it'll
is so
get
limited,
copyright
each year exorcists sent from
I'll
heaven are
sing it for
tasked
you.
with wiping out enough
Actually, no,
souls to
let
make
him
room
finish.
for next year's sinners. And maybe that'll be fodder for a
Okay,
new
right.
theory after
Dun,
we
dun,
get
dun,
some
dun,
more
dun.
episodes.
Wait!
Dun, 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 dun.
So, how many souls
Dun,
is
dun, dun,
Charlie
dun.
going to have to redeem each year to keep the
Dun, dun, dun,
population of the
dun, dun. Oh,
necropolis
yeah,
from
Bumpy.
swelling too
Dun, dun,
high?
dun.
Well, funny
Dun,
enough,
dun,
the
dun, dun.
problem
Dun,
is a
dun,
bit
dun, dun,
simpler
dun,
than it
dun.
might
I'm
first
not feeling
appear.
much
We
time on this.
actually don't need to know the
Sorry,
size
that was
of
pointless to
Pentagram
you
City
guys.
or the
I
Pride
apologize.
Ring,
I don't
or
wanna
do
sing that
things
song.
like we did during our Attack
I
on
hate
Titan
Gadget
theory,
too,
where we
but
measured ring population
don't bring an
density and all
Attack on
that. Because
Titan.
this
Jonathan
time we
loves
are
that
told
shit.
explicitly that the city is at capacity,
Wait,
and that the
why
yearly
does that
cleansing is
look
to
like
knock
her
that
chest?
number back down. That means we
I'm
only need to be
talking about
focused
the
on the
Hellhound,
rate
I
of
mean.
new souls
You
entering
know what I
their
mean.
unhappy
That looks like her
afterlives.
chest.
If at the end of the year the underworld is winding up at capacity, well, Charlie would need to redeem as many souls as would wind up down there in order to maintain an equilibrium. And the good news for Charlie is that the rate of souls going into
You
the
are
afterlife
not
is starting
the
to
odd
stabilize.
ones
The
out,
past
my
150
friend.
years
You
or
are
so has been
not the
absolutely
odd ones
wild
out.
for the growth of the human population. In 1900, there were about 1.6 billion people
Oh,
on
God, that
planet
was not
Earth. And just
pleasant.
100 years later, in the year 2000, that number had reached 6 billion. Fast forward another 20 years to today, and we're at 7.8 billion people. Luckily, for everyone and everything on planet Earth, that number is no longer increasing at anywhere near the same rate it was back then. Humanity's growth rate is slowing, and for
Dear God. Wait, I wasn't about to
more on
ask.
why that's happening, you
Listen,
can actually
man,
check out
listen.
our classic episode
I
about
broke that
why
promise, I'm
Thanos'
sorry.
plan in Infinity
Listen,
War
man,
isn't as
listen.
crazy as it might initially sound. Long story short,
You're
people are
wrong.
investing more
There are
time
more
into their
people in the world
children,
now.
and are thus having fewer
Children.
of them, causing the population to overall level out.
children.
Sociologists have made
You'll never
various
see me
estimates
have
about where the
children.
population will eventually max out,
Again.
but reasonable guesses put the total somewhere between 10 and 12 billion people. Certainly a lot, but also not super far off from where
I'm gonna take a 5-minute break. I'll be right back. It wasn't even barely 5 minutes. Sorry if I left it paused on there. I had to take a 5-minute break because of what Shay's saying. Apparently, like, over that population, I'm not even gonna address this.
we are right now. The death rate is also constantly fluctuating, but has
You
in
really
general
want to count
been
like the
falling for the past
1700s or
century.
the
In fact,
1800s?
it's thought that the death
Civil
rate
War,
actually
World
bottomed
War I and
out
II,
in
the Great
2018.
Depression,
Projections made by the
the Cold
United
War,
Nations already
everything
estimate that
else
death rates
happened,
will begin
even
rising again
COVID.
over the next few decades
Whatever.
as the population begins to age and as demographic shifts towards
Maybe
poorer
one day I
countries
could
put a
show you my
larger share
eyeball
of the
and see how
population
fucking
in
cursed it
situations
is.
with worse medical conditions. But 2018's global death rate was 7.546 deaths for every 1,000 people. With a
Thousands
global
deaths.
population of 7.58
Does it
billion
really
in
have to matter?
2018, that would mean that
Because the
roughly
stars don't point at your
57.2
mother.
million
They
people
point at
died
me.
in that single year.
Because
But of
I'm
course,
God!
not all of
Wait,
those
I'm not
people
God.
are going down below.
Sorry, I'm
if
a little
you know
bit
what
too
I mean.
prideful,
Only the
guys. I know
sinners
my own
are.
worth.
Now, in the show, we see depictions of all sorts of sinful activities, everything from murder to the usage of illicit substances. So,
You mean
one way to
drugs?
solve our problem would be to take that group
I
of
think he means
57
drugs,
million
guys.
deaths and figure out what percent of them have engaged in one or
I'm gonna call my
multiple of
mom
the
for a minute.
damning activities that
Oh,
we see
no, I'm
happening
sorry.
in and
My,
around Pentagram City.
yeah,
According to
definitely my
data
mom.
from the 2016
Mom
World
still
Drug
exists
Report, there were
with me. I mean, she doesn't live
247
with me anymore,
million
but still,
illicit
I'm just gonna call my
substance
mom real
users
quick.
worldwide in that
Hey,
year
Mom.
alone, which is roughly
Yeah.
3% of the global population. And when I
Uh-huh.
say they're using the stuff, I mean that they're
I know,
using
my
the hard
brother.
stuff. The stuff I
Yes.
can't say on YouTube for fear of this video getting
Oh my
even
God.
more risk of demonetization than it already has.
Listen,
so
man,
right off the
I
bat,
don't
that
care about
3%
monetization.
translates
Shut up about
to
that. Okay, Mom.
1.7 million
No,
people
Mom,
sent
open
to
the
the deep
refrigerator
depths
with your
below
claws.
off of drug use
No,
alone.
open the refrigerator with
Homicides
your claws.
are
You don't need to get the
thankfully
spatula.
significantly less, with an average of
You having
7
problems with the
homicides for
fridge
every
again?
100,000
Didn't
people
Dad teach you
globally. If we
anything?
assume that each
Oh,
one of
right,
those
I forgot he
homicides is
left
being
you.
committed by a separate
All right,
person,
I'll see
which
you later.
obviously isn't true, but
I'll
is
call you
going to give us
later.
our worst
Bye,
case
Mom.
scenario, that adds another 530,000
In case
new
you didn't
additions
know,
to our
my mother
hotel
was
guest
born with
list.
claws.
The
Now
number
he
is
passed it
very
on to my
concerning when
brother.
you think about what it represents. The number of murderers on this planet is too darn high. For other violent crimes, the average is actually a bit
Don't
higher,
care about the
12.7
crimes
per
I do to
100,000 people
myself,
globally,
and I
boosting
want
us
to
by
take it
another
all in a little bit of nuts, and I want to
962,660
make it all
souls.
in
So
a
after
little
the
bit of nuts.
substances
You
and
can't
horrific
stop
violence
me.
section
I'm
of
a
our
little
program
nutty
today,
boy.
we're walking around with a pretty sizable hotel already. 3.2 million souls
3.2
all needed to
million?
be redeemed if heck is
You
going
have
to maintain
like
some level of
3.5
population
million
equilibrium.
subscribers
Eat
now?
your heart out, Paris Hilton. Princess Charlie
Paris
has got
Hilton
your
doesn't even
hotel
exist in
chain
my
beasted.
timeline.
See, that joke's relevant because
died
Paris Hilton is super
from
famous for
frickin'
being
zombie
rich and having a
virus,
bunch
I
of
don't know.
hotel barons in her family. But the joke
Wait, did you talk
isn't
about
all that far
zombies
off from
earlier on?
reality.
Don't
As
tell
of
me he
last
did.
year, Marriott
Did he
Hotels
bash
is the
the
world's
frickin'
number
Walking
one
Dead?
hotel chain
He
with
better
nearly
not, because if he did, I
1.4
would literally kill
million
him. I
rooms
swear to
available
God.
for their guests worldwide. Charlie's Happy Hotel already needs more than double that amount.
I don't
and
care
we
about
are
the
still
hotel.
not done counting
What
sins,
is
my
wrong with
friends,
you?
because it's this last one where the numbers really start to skyrocket. Infidelity, cheating in relationships. Now,
that's
well, I'm not
definitely in
promoting
the Bible.
religion here or anything, and we all know that different religions can have some major differences. One thing that they all tend to agree on is that you're not
Not
supposed to
that
be, you know, coveting your neighbor's wife and all that. But despite
Thou
those
not
warnings,
shalt my
humanity
covet
certainly
neighbor's
seems to be
wife,
doing a
whatever.
lot of coveting these days. According to an
Yes, I did
exhaustive
read the
review of
Bible
research
before
done on
watching this,
committed
so
relationships published
I
back
came
in
myself
2005, 40% of unmarried
2005.
relationships and
John was born.
25% of marriages see at least one incident of infidelity. Another survey roughly backs this up. 20% of
Doesn't
men and
infidelity
13% of
cause
women admit to having
I
a fling
just
with
realized,
someone
doesn't
other
it
than
cause
their
lust?
spouse while married. So I'm gonna split the difference here and say that, I don't know, roughly 30% of
bothering me. I
people
have to
are
do it again.
skeezballs who have cheated at some point in their life. Y'all suck. As someone who has cheated on in the past, I hope the radio demon eats your heads off. And it looks like he's
Dude,
gonna have
that's
plenty
the
to
way
feast
you
on
have-
because that suddenly
way you have
jumps us
spread,
up
man.
by, get this,
You
another
cannot make cuts like that.
17.3 million sinners, sending our grand total to 20.5 million new sinner denizens of Pentagram City waiting to get purged each and every year, requiring the single biggest rehabilitation
Wow.
initiative you could
You
ever
really are
need.
trying to
Might
be more
want to consider getting more
complicated
help
now,
for that
huh?
front desk there, Charlie.
No,
now,
don't bring
obviously, a
them
lot
in
of these
here.
people might be overlapping in their sins, right? Not
Whoa,
all of these are
whoa, whoa, we
mutually
cannot show
exclusive to
that.
each other. So maybe
We
I'm going
cannot
about this
show
all
Game of
wrong.
Thrones.
Maybe this isn't about me judging other people based on their sin totals. Maybe the difference between heaven and heck is like those stupid reviews that you have to do at your
A
job.
self-review?
A self-review.
Okay,
Assess
I knew
yourself
it.
for how well you're doing at your job. I mean,
How about I make a
why is
self-review
this a
about your
thing? Like, this
sister? How does that
drove
sound?
me nuts when I was working
I
in
don't
an
think he
office
has
environment.
siblings,
And
but
even
imagine
today,
he did,
working on
though.
YouTube. Yes, thank you. I'm doing fantastic. Look, today alone, I dredged up stats about infidelity and illegal usage of mind-altering substances. I am crushing it. How was your day? But seriously, guys, some of you missed the memo about always giving yourself a good review, because when people were asked to self-report about whether they would go to heaven or to the other place, 10% of people said that
You
they
don't
were
see my
definitely
sister in
going
videos
to the bad place. No
because
ifs, ands, or buts about it.
she's
Another
got a shy on
42%
camera.
said that they weren't sure. And if they're not sure, well, pretty sure St. Peter at the pearly gates ain't gonna be giving you the
St.
benefit
Peter
of the doubt. By those numbers,
Oh,
that
wait, I can't say it on here,
20.5
sorry.
million souls was an understatement. Now we're talking
Only
closer to the
Brandon can
range
say
of
that.
30 million. Hold on though, what about friends rating their friends? Well, when asked,
This is really
72%
complicated.
Americans who
I'm
believe
losing
in
brain
heaven
cells already.
rate their chances of going to heaven to be good or excellent. All right, doing a little bit better on that one, America. But they also turned around and said that 1 in 4 of their friends would absolutely go to HE double hockey sticks. Way to throw your friends under the bus there, guys. In short, any way you're calculating this, there is no way that Charlie's Hotel accomplishes its true mission in under 14
How about this?
million
Make
souls.
another
Oh,
hotel.
sure, she can save
That's
a few
literally
wayward
the
souls
easiest thing
here
she
and a
can
few
do.
demons there,
Just
but if
make
she's
more
truly
hotels
looking to break
around
even,
Pentagram
14
City.
million is
That
the
way,
minimal
she can
calculation
work
based
her
on all the
progress.
different methods that we just
Does she
tried.
not
And
own
there's someone
millions and
else
millions of
working against her
dollars?
in this whole process too. The real twist hiding at the end of both of these shows is that the immediate murder patrol,
Okay. You know it was coming. Just wait for it. I just had to pause it on this so I can make this clip. Hope to God this does not get me copyright claimed, because YouTube can literally censor me for this. Here we go. Wait for it. Unmute it. I'm gonna do action. No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 There, did it. That is so wrong! It's not immediate murder patrol. It's immediate murder professionals.
IMP Imp, the organization that we follow in the sister show Hell of a Boss, is gonna be
Oh, now
working
you said
directly against Charlie and her goal.
Okay, look, I know I'm pausing a lot, but that's because I'm making a lot of crack addict methods. Okay, look. Charlie is not faced with Blitzo. They never met. Okay, one time in the pilot they did, but I don't know if that's canon or not. So, it's remained to be unseen. But we did see Luna see Charlie, so I guess it's canon, but Charlie doesn't really focus more with the Hell of a Boss universe.
The imp is powered by a grimoire that they stole from a demon
It's gonna
named
be
Solace.
Solace,
In his
right?
very
Yeah,
first
I knew it.
appearance,
It's Solace.
Solace
It's
asks
not
the imp team
Solace.
to kill someone who's
Solace.
spreading the truth
It's
about global
Solace.
warming, hoping to
I'm gonna
increase
cover
that
my
death
ears for
rate
this.
we were talking about earlier.
He's trying to convince people global warming exists.
I'm not gonna say it.
Well, yes, but more people die if nothing is done about it.
Solace is specifically trying to increase the population of souls
No.
despite already
he's
existing
not.
overcrowding. It's almost
Do you
like the
see
two
the
shows
sex
are working directly
between them?
against each
Did
other.
you not
One
see
is
season
about
2,
souls getting
episode
out
1?
of heck. The
It's
other
right
is
there.
about souls getting in. So
It's
will
on
Charlie
YouTube.
manage
It
to
had
create a
millions of
system that's
views.
capable of
Literally,
saving some
look.
14 million people or more a year? Or will the native demon's
No.
plans ultimately stop her?
Okay, look, Blitzo can't stop the Princess of Hell. There's a reason why. He has skills of being like a hitman. He has skills of that. But he doesn't have a, ultimate weapon to kill, royalty sinners. Stryker has it. How do I know this? Look at episode 5, skip a few scenes, and then get to the scene where Moxie is going upstairs, opening the door, and looking at the rifle. There, you'll see what I'm talking about. This is an item that kills freaking royalty demons. That means, I'm going to say them all here, so listen up. Leviathan, Beelzebub, Belphegor, Mammon, Satan, Asmodeus, and Lucifer. Lucifer! He can be killed by an angelic weapon. He can be killed by an
It's
angelic
honestly
weapon.
a fascinating dichotomy because the two shows are so clearly poised to clash against each other.
No, they're
Either
not.
side could end up the victor. And while
No.
Charlie may seem the more traditional protagonist to end up winning the day, these
No.
shows are anything but traditional. So I guess we'll just have to wait to see what creator Vivzipop has in store for us when the full show eventually drops. But until then, it's all just a theory. A film theory.
I think it's best if I can describe it. This isn't a theory. I'm just going to play the full clip. I'm not going to skip a few scenes.
Yeah. I hit Frankie Gotzo and his brother Lenny. Tossed their bodies in the Gotham River. Lots of wise guys you're looking for are in there. Maybe that's why I got an ulcer. You know, from drinking the water.
And didn't you commit these murders and felonies under direct orders from Carmine the Roman Falcone?
Felonies? Nah. The guy's a saint.
How long is this? I feel like we've been like doing this for, oh god, it's like 25 minutes.
You okay, Dad? What is it, Hopper? Happy to share.
Now, Mr. Maroney, may I remind you that your immunity is contingent upon your truthful testimony in these proceedings.
And I told you the truth. Falcone's clean as a whistle.
Sal, what are you doing?
What I'm told.
Okay. Your Honor, in light of the witness's change of heart...
I'm just gonna skip most of this to just get to... Yep, there we go.
Luigi Moroni sends his regards.
Okay, I'm gonna stop it now. Well, guys, I guess that's it then. Thank you all so much for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe. And I'll see you all later. Until then, I am Dr. Supreme. Goodbye, motherfuckers! Ha ha ha!